I'm selling lip gloss and skills my hair.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Slade and Paige here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reading you some Reddit cheating stories. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the first story is called, Am I Crazy? My Husband and His Coworker. So I posted on this page a couple months ago. I was worried about my husband and his coworker. 2 months later, I didn't listen to anyone's advice because I'm dumb and we're at crossroads. He said that I could tell him that at any point in time to stop being friends with her, and he would. Well, up until recently, I didn't feel the need to pull that card, but we got into a humongous fight. This fight had been building up for a long time, and then I found out he's been going to her every single time we've had an argument, which worried me deeply because, emotional cheating. I told him that I didn't feel comfortable with their relationship, and then he said that I was crazy and that I shouldn't be able to tell him what to do with his life. And then he said he wanted a divorce. We talked about divorce hours before this, but we came to a conclusion that we didn't want that anymore. But all of a sudden, once I told him that I didn't feel comfortable with her, he brought it up again. After a while, I kind of just gave up, and I was like, fine. You can hang out with her, just don't talk about her because she's all he talks about, to be fair. He has BPD, and she is his favorite person. But I talked to him about her as much as he does before. And he still talks about her all the freaking time. But today, we got invited over to her house, and this happens usually when they will be the only two talking. She has a husband, but her husband is more of the I'm going to be silent and play my game type. So I'm just sitting there alone. I couldn't even get a word in edgewise, or at least that's how I felt. I tried so hard to say something in the beginning. I was just kind of wandering around because they didn't have ADHD medication. But once we actually sat down and started talking, I couldn't speak. It was just him and her talking the entire time. I felt like I was pretty much invisible, and all those feelings that started rushing back. I tried to make sure that I wasn't going insane and I wasn't just making it up in my head. But it got to the point where I was literally about to speak, like I felt the words fly out of my tongue, and then I get silent immediately by either his voice or hers. After that, I cut my time with them short, and I just said that I need to go home so that I can get ready for work. My husband then proceeded to stay there for 20 more minutes, come home. He visibly sees that I'm upset, and then I try to explain my feelings to him. And then he calls me crazy and says that they were talking to me the whole entire time and that I just didn't want to be part of the conversation. I have no idea what to do. I'm complete lost and I need your help. Then she edited something. I spent the night in jail. We got into a humongous fight about her, and I wouldn't let him leave the room because he wouldn't talk to me about her. I realized that I was being immature and childish and abusive, and so he decided to call the police on me. I ended up in jail. I made my decision. We're getting a divorce plan. It is not healthy for me to be acting this way, and it's not healthy for him to go through that. She also said, like I said, I'm getting a divorce. I want to talk. I want to thank everyone for giving me advice. I got hit with a common sense stick. Finally, I'm filing the divorce papers right now, talking to an attorney. I talked to his coworker that he's so fond of. I let her know the situation, and I let her know that if she wants her relationship with her husband to continue to work that out, and that's what she needs to focus on. But she wants a relationship with him. Just tell her husband, he's too nice. At the end of the day, it's about me and our kids. That's what I'm focusing on. I have no energy and no time to try to make the relationship work. It's pointless. I've gotten my answer, and I'll keep it that way. Thank you again. Their relationship was already over. I don't even know why she was even trying to make that work. He's already committed in his emotional relationship with homegirl. And the fact that I would not have dared go over that woman's house. That was interesting. And then how they was having that conversation while you wasn't even there. And then she's all he talked about. He was already emotionally cheating on you. There's nothing else you can do. I feel like emotional cheating is like way worse than physical. Because a man can have sex with a woman and have no emotional feelings, don't care about that girl at all. You know what I'm saying? But emotional feelings are deeper because he really, really likes that girl. Like really, really likes her. With the next story, it said my ex cheated on me with 8 dudes while I was in jail. For some light context, this was a past relationship. I still have a lot of trauma from it because this woman was my abuser. I was in a really abusive relationship for almost 2 years. At the beginning, was really confusing for me because I just got out of a previous relationship where I found the mother of my son cheating on me in our bed, but that's another story. It all started around the time Facebook dating became a thing, and that I was giving it a try because honestly, I was just looking for a nut. I had just been hurt severely, and I was just trying to get my mind off things. Then she texted me. We shared but her ex, because I'm not trying to name drop people. We linked up, and from that moment, it was almost like we were inseparable. For the first couple of months of our relationship, I had a really bad relationship with my parents at that time because they had chosen to house the woman that cheated on me in our own bed. So for me and ex moved into a hotel in my town so I can still take care of my son. Eventually the money ran out, as it does. So we had to move in with her mother in another town, almost 2 hours away from my son. And this is where things took a turn for the worse. The first incident where she showed her true colors. We had just bought some In-N-Out, and I believe I forgot the onions on her burger, but she had chose to throw her 7-Up all over me in the hallway. This is just a light instance to a lot of heavier abuse. One time she went as far as to actually throw fists. I didn't hit her back because her mother was standing right there, egging her on. At one point, we were so desperate for the bills that I unfortunately made a big mistake and committed a felony, and for this, I had to spend 3 months in jail. At this point in our relationship, we were about 1 year and 8 months into said relationship. During my incarceration, she had admittedly to going on a date and making out with another man, but I believe there was something more to it. So when I got out, I did my own investigation and found out that's not the case. Unfortunately, I could not reveal the information too because I couldn't find the strength to say it before. Her mother ended up dying of fentanyl overdose. This really crashed our relationship because before her late mother's passing, she left us in thousands of dollars in debt. The mother, hold on, I must be reading that wrong. Did the mother leave them in debt or did the girlfriend leave them in debt? Honestly, I've never seen an electricity bill be almost $5,000, but that's besides me. After we couldn't afford it anymore, we decided that it would be best to split up. I moved back to my hometown and she had moved out of state. After some manipulation and mental abuse, I was finally able to cut off all communication. 6 months later, I found an old phone, digging through boxes of stuff. I decided to turn it on and see what it has for me. And before she had the service cut off, I can only assume. A friend of hers had reached out to me on that phone saying that she slept with a lot more than just that one guy. Found out about 8 dudes. And at the top of the list was my best friend's name. I questioned my best friend about it, and to be honest, he wasn't very straightforward with his answer. So I decided to just leave it how it is. Especially since I got a message request on Facebook the day after I confronted my best friend saying that I was a terrible person by some person I didn't know, but that was friends with her. I'm in a happy relationship now, but these things still bother me. I hate her, but I want closure. I don't think I'll get it, and I know I need to get over it, but it's hard. But that is crazy. It was like, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. But I'm happy she gone. I'm happy she out your life. You don't need all that stress. You don't need that lady. But I am scared how the next relationship is going to go. You say you're in a happy relationship, but you also still want closure. So technically, you're not even really over that situation. But I think you need some therapy because that was a lot to deal with. Okay, next story is admitted it. I mean, admitting it. I truly regret it. Dang, they said they regret admitting it. Let's see why. On December 4th, 2022, I met a person from Spain online, 37 male. I live in the United States, 23 female. Over time, we have admitted to both liking each other, and our relationship has grown over the past 2 years. Throughout these 2 years, there was a time in June 2023 where his ex-girlfriend of 8 years asked him out for dinner, and he accepted. Not only did she invite him for dinner, but she brought him a present and invited him over to her new house she had purchased, which she had told me was 2 miles away from where he lived. See where this is going. At the time, all this made me feel very insecure, and he assured me there was nothing more going on. Later that week, a girlfriend of his traveled 6 hours by train to go meet him, and they shared a bed together. Once again, this made me feel very insecure. Once again, he reassured me nothing had happened between them. However, he did not mention that she tried something sexual with him, but he was not interested in her despite having the opportunity. Multiple times throughout our relationship, I asked him why we could not establish something. I mean, we did a lot of things that couples did. However, he insisted we needed to wait until we met in person. I told my friends and they told me it could be he was stringing me along and I wanted to commit as he could be hiding something. At times, I would go into online chat rooms and chat or sex with other guys, while sometimes I would send them pictures of myself. But this was only done because I wanted attention. It made my self-esteem feel higher. I struggled a lot with my own image as I am obese. I never felt any connection/attraction to any. Just recently, like about 2 weeks ago, I got close to one of his guy friends. Did it to only get information and to try proving my friends he did not have a wife or kids because my friends insisted he was married. However, deep down, I knew he wasn't. I was the one who spent the most time with. After contacting his friend, he didn't know I had a thing with his friend. I chatted with him, however, he asked for intimate photos, and I felt the need to give in. I don't want to do that. She should have catfished him. And to try proving my... Oh, hold on, what was that? So with that, I gained his trust. I knew it was wrong. However, I wanted to know the truth. His friend told me the guy I was talking to was married. However, it was a lie. I think he ended up liking me and wanted me for him. Anyways, I wanted to do the right things. I wanted to do things right. And I decided to confess the mistake I had committed to my friends yesterday over video call. When he found out I sent intimate pictures to his friend, he did not take it well. He told me he needs time to process everything I had confessed it. However, told me that our relationship likely had no fixing. I begged him to stay. I begged him to not leave me. However, our call was cut short as he recently got a new job offer and HR was calling him so that he could sign the contract. That was such an excuse to get off the phone. I feel guilty because I messed up. I lost someone who deeply cared for me. That was a crazy story. That man was single, and sweetheart, you are too, okay? Y'all live on 2 different continents. Y'all weren't in no relationship for real, for real. You thought he was married and kids. Well, your friends thought he was married with kids, but literally, he probably didn't have kids. He probably was not married. He was just single. He was just living like a single bachelor man, living his very single life, going on dates, taking women out, hunching in their bed. He was just, being a single man. You just an insecure woman who just needs to love herself and find herself and finding beauty within herself. You got to worry about the man last, worry about you first. Put yourself first. Date yourself. That's what you should do. You should date yourself. But anyway, y'all, these are the 3 Reddit cheating stories. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, but do not forget to help your girl out. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, y'all. We are almost there. I'm trying to make it to 100 subscribers before the end of this year. Before the end of this year, I want to hit it by the end of December. So do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, your girl. Trying to get to 100 subscribers. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. I highly appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video.